All right, everybody, welcome back here in our album review series. Of course, if you checked out last time, we took a look at Metallica's Kill 'Em All, first album there. Then that means this time we're going to skip right over just 1 year after that. That came out in 83. We're in 84 with Ride the Lightning. Very, very cool album cover. One of my favorite designs of their logo. I love the silver. One of my favorite album covers there is really simple, but just really cool. Of course, we've got the same lineup here. Cliff Burton on bass, Kirk Hammett lead guitar, James Hetfield on rhythm guitar and vocals, Lars Ulrich on drums. So you're gonna, we're gonna have one more time with that lineup on the next review. But this thing, it's just such a crazy jump as far as production goes. They sound like a bunch of kids in their garage on Kill 'Em All, production wise, and then you go to this, which is just a much more mature sounding album. And them sounding like a bunch of kids in their garage really fits the vibe of Kill 'Em All. So that's not a slight to that album by any means. Just really early and thrashy. Now obviously this is thrashy and heavy as all get out as well. But it just sounds like a much more mature record, which is just crazy. That just like within a year, the transition here. But we'll go and kick it off. Track number 1, Fight Fire with Fire. You kind of get that little intro, that kind of acoustic, soft intro, and then bam, jumps right at you with that heavy, just chuggy riff. That, the guitar sound really thick on this one, while they may have sounded a little wiry on Kill 'Em All. It's just the production. I'm telling you, it just is a shocker to me, and it shines right already on this first track. And you also get kind of a Kirk Hammett doing his wah-wah pedal, and everything, kind of debuting that. I don't think there was any solos that involved that. Maybe there were a couple on Kill 'Em All. Can't draw on a blank. Can't remember off the top of my head, but I know it's definitely the wah-wah pedal that he's so known for in his solos is, very present here. And Fight Fire with Fire, this one is just a heavy hitter. One of the heaviest ones on this album, in fact. They jump right into it with that. So just incredible song. Then we go with the title track that's a little lengthy here at almost 7 minutes. Ride the Lightning. Another very, very cool one. One that I kind of forgot how much I liked and hadn't heard in a while. So this one, top tier stuff, top shelf Metallica, for sure. On these first 2 tracks already. Just fantastic. And you want to talk about top shelf, this is like right up in your face Metallica with For Whom the Bell Tolls. Man, them bells chime. And this is one of those songs, I know it's kind of like maybe an overplayed one off here, but this is one of those for me, like, I just never get tired of hearing it. It's so badass. You get like the thumping drums, those cool drum fills from Lars in there. Obviously, the insane bass intro with the distortion and everything from Cliff Burton that is just, man, super iconic for the band. Such a legacy track, with For Whom the Bell Tolls. One of my favorites off this album for sure. Like, and even though it's still, like I said, it's kind of a commercial one, really has been played to death on over the radio and promotional material. But it's just one of those ones that I can just never get tired of hearing. Man, I really dig it, and I damn sure can't get tired of hearing easily my favorite track off here, Fade to Black. What a beautiful, dark piece. I mean, it starts off with kind of, you hear like a, kind of a riveting of maybe like a violin or something, and then it just kicks into that dark and just hollow, clean guitar tone. And overlapping that, you got that kind of quiet distorted kind of solo going on over it, and then you kick into those acoustic parts with just these dark lyrics and beautiful vocal melodies. This is some of James Hetfield's best singing on this particular track. And of course you get like the time changes going on in here, where it just like during the chorus, of course, it picks up, gets heavy. Then you get like the breakdown. Oh my god. And it's even the closing of this thing. One of my favorite Metallica songs of all time. Like, straight up, Fade to Black has always been one of my favorites. No doubt about it. This is kind of like this is like the Metallica. I like the kind of progressive nature that they kind of bring to the table in tracks like this. Flip it on over to side 2, we get Trapped Under Ice, which has become one of my absolute like top tier favorites off here. I've always liked the song, but just I like the kind of the chanting like in the chorus, with like the scream, and like I love that portion of the song, um, and then I love just all the crazy solos. This one is just an incredible song that's rose up for sure as far as like the track list rankings go. Pretty much just one of my favorites off here, like in the top three easily. Then we go with Escape, which I've heard people kind of dog on for it being kind of corny or commercial sounding, but I like Escape. It does have like a kind of a hooky, more commercial sounding melody in the chorus, but like the verses are pretty freaking heavy. And I've never minded that track. Is it one of my favorites off here? No, it's not one I'm gonna come back to too often, but it's one that I do like, and I don't really have any problems with. And man, you want to talk about like probably my second favorite track off here, Creeping Death. Just what a straight up blast to the face. This track is, oh my God, I'll never forget hearing that the first time and it just blowing me the hell away. I'll take Creeping Death over For Whom the Bell Tolls. That Creeping Death is just a brutal Metallica track. Just from beginning to end. And it's got so many cool, I love the lyrics in it, talk about the Pharaoh and, the killing of the son, just kind of dark stuff, and just such a cool, the chorus is hooky even for such a heavy song, and the riff is one of my favorite Metallica riffs ever, of all time. Same with the solos, one of my favorite Metallica solos. Kirk just whips it out, goes crazy on here. Then we end it with an almost 9-minute track, comes in at 8 minutes, 52 seconds, The Call of Cthulhu. And, man, instrumental, just fantastic instrumental. It's not my favorite of the few instrumentals they've done over the years, but damn, it's probably my second favorite of them, right behind, Orion off the next album we look at. But this is a fantastic song. It's one that really grows on you the more you listen to it. There are a lot of portions and a lot of things going on. I love the intro to it. Kind of those dark, minor chords. Really cool sound to it. Everybody gets a chance to shine here. James not shining vocally, of course, because it's an instrumental, but, he's chugging along, even soloing in there, I'm sure. Just awesome way to close out the album. A very epic way to end it. And that's the Metallica I like, is that epic progressive nature, and they deliver that on several tracks here. So when you look at just the tail of the tape here, I mean, Fight Fire with Fire, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Fade to Black, Trapped Under Ice, Creepy Death, Call of Cthulhu, just fantastic stuff. Those are like my favorites of them. I mean, all-time great album. There's a reason this thing is such a classic to not only Metallica fans, but thrash metal fans, heavy metal fans, just who can't put on For Whom the Bell Tolls and jam to it and just have a good time? I mean, it's freaking just, oh. And again, I can't talk enough about the production being such an improvement. This wouldn't be the best production they get, as we'll see kind of, things evolve. But it's still a very, very impressively produced, sophomore album. And this was actually the first Metallica album I'd heard all the way through. Of course, I'd heard like so many songs by them, like growing up as a kid and everything. And but I think I was like maybe 17 or something when I, was really getting into stuff. And this was the suggested one to me to go listen to it all the way through. So, did that and fell in love with this thing. Does that mean it's going to be my favorite? I don't know. At the end of this thing, we'll end up seeing where it lies, because that's not always the case, your first one being your favorite. But I just wanted to throw that out there. It's just kind of where, like, my love for the band really continued to grow. But top tier stuff right here, guys. I want to hear what you guys think about this all-time classic. Where were you when you first heard Ride the Freaking Lightning? And, of course, next time, we're looking at Master of Puppets. Sadly, it'll be the last Metallica album to have bassist Cliff Burton after the tragedy, his tragic death. But, at least he dropped these. We got 3 albums with him that are just iconic albums in the band's discography. So next time, Master of Puppets is going to be reviewed. And of course, Monday, I plan on Monday dropping that updated ranking of all the Hellraiser movies. There shouldn't be anything that stops that from happening, but I do plan on dropping that Monday. So stay tuned for that coming up. Got some fun stuff going on. So like, subscribe, comment down there. Let's talk about this thing. And thanks, guys.